Hi guys, welcome to or welcome back to Cooking with Pouncy. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. And if you like what you see, please hit that like button and tell me what you think as well. Pass this on as you see fit. If it's your first time, again, thank you so much for tuning in, and come back again if you will. Tonight we're going to do a Philly cheesesteak casserole, very low calorie meal, very simple meal to put together. Probably going to take me about 45 minutes all total, I guess. Not in a hurry here, but it's a simple meal, and it doesn't take a long time to get this thing together. So that's what we're going to do with this Philly cheesesteak casserole here tonight. Okay, guys, like I said, this is going to be very, very simple. I've got a green pepper here. I think I probably used maybe 3/4 of this green pepper. I've already taken the membrane out of it and the seeds, if you will. I think I'll probably use about 3/4 of that. Here's a medium onion. This happens to be a Vidalia. You can use the onion of your choice or none if you want, if you like. So anyway, I'm going to put some onion in there as well. So I'm going to be dicing these up. I'm going to be using some regular salt, table salt. This happens to be iodized salt of your choice, sea salt, kosher salt, okay? Some coarse ground black pepper, just to taste. It'll be the same for the salt. I've got just a smidget of garlic salt here. I think I'll put a little bit of that on there. I do have another bottle somewhere in my cupboard there. And then I'm going to saute or braise my meat, which is going to be steak in olive oil. I don't know whether you can read this. I can't find the label. In some olive oil. That's extra virgin olive oil. So that's what I'm going to be doing to get my meat started. All right. And I've got, I found at my local market today, called County Market, some steak, really nice steaks. They were on sale. You guys know what that means. They're really nice, really nice cut of beef. These happen to be New York's, and I don't typically use this grade of meat, but this is fantastic. I stumbled upon them today at my local market. So that's what I'm going to be using for the meat. I'm going to be trimming the excess fat off of them, and I'm going to be slicing them up, okay? So I forgot all about my mushrooms. I've got some mushrooms here, and fresh mushrooms, and I've got my provolone cheese, which is going to top this whole thing off as I put it all together once it gets done, just to get my cheese melted in this little casserole dish, okay? So again, I apologize, but I forgot about my cheese and my mushrooms here as I prepare to get these vegetables cut up. So that's what we're going to do, and I guess I can leave the camera on right now. My mushrooms have been cleaned. A little bit of mushroom residue right here. But let's go ahead and do that now, okay? Let's get this. And so what we're going to do here, I'm not going to dice these. I'm going to slice them. These onions, all right? I'm going to use all of this onion, maybe not all of the green pepper, as I indicated earlier too. There's my onion. All right, no particular order here, I guess. Be careful with your fingers there, guys. There's our onions. Okay, so I'm going to do our green peppers here, same thing. Again, I've already washed and cored those things and taken the membrane out. I told you that earlier. And we're going to just do this with the green pepper. This is kind of reminds me of pepper steak here, but that's not what we're going for tonight, okay? All right, that's half of it. All right, we're going to do the other half. I think I'll just do about 3/4 of this piece here. I don't want that many more green peppers in there, although it'd be a shame to throw away just 1/4 of a green pepper, but hey. Cooking with Pouncy, just doing this about eye here. So there's our vegetables, our green peppers, and I have this left. I'll use it for a different application, not tonight. All right, and here's our mushrooms. We're going to just slice these. Okay. All right. Get back up here. That's how we're going to do this deal. Now I'm going to saute my meat, or braise my meat off to done, if you will, because when it goes in the oven, just to get that cheese melted, all of this will be actually done. So all we're going to be after at that point is just to get our cheese melted. I've got my oven at 350, and again, I'm not looking for a time factor to be timed, if you will. I'm just going to melt that cheese is what I'm going to do. It's about 8 ounces of mushrooms. I was saying that. Looked up and the camera was black, okay? So I'm almost done with these. And I'm keeping my eye on the camera. I don't know what's going on with the camera deal, guys, but The camera went to bed on me, went to sleep or something. All right. But the mushrooms are all sliced up, and I'll be using all of these in this. 2 of these steaks are pretty hefty in size, so I'm going to trim the excess fat off of them. I'm going to put these right here. And those steaks are pretty, like I said, pretty hefty steaks in size. All right, and I can use the same gloves as you guys know because I just got done cutting these up. I wouldn't have done it in reverse. But let's just do that now, guys, okay? I'm keeping my eye on the camera. Good Lord, the camera went off. That's a big steak, guys, okay? But again, we're just going to trim that excess fat off of them. I don't think I'd use this many steaks, this much steak in this dish here, except, all right, let's go ahead and do this. I won't touch anything else other than this knife as I trim the excess fat off, okay? Let's do that here now. All right, so what we're going to do here. I'm really paranoid about the camera. I keep staring at it just to make sure it's still on. All right. Let's get that chunk off of there. And this whole chunk here. Again, you can use the meat of your choice, I guess, guys. Again, I just happened to see these at the store today, and it's called steak, Philly steak. So let's just use these on sale New Yorks that I found today. And that's what we'll put in this, and it's got to be pretty good, I think, okay? Again, just excess fat. It looks pretty good. Want to leave a little of that fat on it. That's a story for another day because of the flavor, guys. And that's okay, but I'm certainly not leaving any excess fat on these wonderful on sale steaks I had here. Okay. Get that chunk out of there too. All right. I'm going to put that right there. And the rest of that's going to go back in there now after I wash that dish because a piece of that raw meat fell in there. Well, I'll be careful, guys. I might look like I'm haphazard, but I'm being careful, okay? All right, here's a piece here we're going to take off. Okay. All right, let's just slice these now. I won't bore you with the rest of them, but I'm going to slice this. I think I'll do this here because I don't want too big a chunks here, okay? Let's do that, and let's do this. It sure looks good, guys, okay? Well, let's put it in here because I'm going to transfer that and wash that dish so I can get ready to put it in. Put the rest of it in there and get it all done and ready to go in the oven to melt cheese, okay? So I'm going to not bore you with the rest of this. I'm going to cut this one the same way, guys, okay? Here's our meat that we cut up already, guys, and we diced it up, if you will. Here's our olive oil. My pan's getting hot here. I've actually got it on high right now because I wanted to go ahead and get hot because I want to sear and cook that meat, okay? So let's put about, let's call it 2-3 tablespoons. That's all I need, okay? 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. And I'm going to take, this meat is a little bit off camera here, guys, but I'm going to taste, I told you that earlier, I'm going to sprinkle some pepper and salt on here and a little bit of that garlic salt as well. I'm going to do that. I think that'll cook a little of that flavor in there. Watch that oil. It's starting to smoke already. So let's just move that pan for a second, and I'm seasoning the meat is what I'm doing. I could have done it in the pan, I guess, but I just want to do it that way. And let's just get this seasoned with a little salt as well. Again, guys, I'm just doing it to taste over here. You can't see it, but that's what I'm doing. Sprinkling it to taste, all right? That's what I'm doing. All right. Add a little bit of smidges of garlic salt that I had left over. I'm going to sprinkle some of that on there too. And there you have it. And I'm about ready to go with this. My heat might be a little bit too high. I'll turn down a little bit, guys, okay? Let's just put our meat in here. It's going to be good. This is a really good cut of meat. They're New York strips. I don't know whether I told you that or not. I just happened to find them on sale today. So I just bought those, all right? And I think that's going to be good. Not just because it's New York strips. That's a good cut of meat, I guess. Makes it all the more better. That's not proper grammar, guys, but that's okay too, I guess. This is doing this thing here. And again, I looked at the camera just a second ago, just looked up as I was rambling and the camera was black again. So anyway, let's do that. Yeah, it's getting nice and browned. Again, I'm going to cut away and I'll be back when this is ready to add my vegetables. All right? So bear with me, guys. I'll be back in a little bit. Guys, that meat's got some pretty nice color on it right now. And the drippings are in there from that meat as well. There's no fat. Remember, we trimmed the fat off. So let's go ahead and introduce our vegetables in there. We got our mushrooms, our green peppers, and onions, all right? And we're going to go ahead and get this done. And ready for the cheese to go on top and for it to go in the oven. I just tasted that meat. It's got really good flavor. So we're going to let the juices from that meat get these vegetables cooked. Put it then in our casserole dish as I indicated. It's a simple meal, guys. It really is, okay? It really doesn't take that long. It's very low calorie as well. I don't know whether you'd call this a keto meal or not. I suppose you could, I guess. All right. All right, we're going to let it cook here. Let my onions get translucent. And it'll be ready to put in the oven. That's looking pretty good, guys. All right. I'll be back in a little bit. Just, I don't know what I can show you other than hold the pan. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. All right. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm just trying to get those vegetables tender. I'm going to put it in my casserole dish, put my cheese on top. I got my oven at 350 just until that cheese gets melted, and it'll be done. All right, guys. I'm back for a little bit here. Looking good. My vegetables are al dente, which is good. Cook them to any degree you'd like, but I got lots of juice in there, if you will, too. So I'm going to now put this in my dish, my baking dish, if you will. I don't know whether you can see that dish or not, and I don't want to set it on that hot burner. So I'm just going to dump this now into my baking dish. And you may or may not be able to see that, guys. Okay. So we got it in our baking dish here. And let's just now. All right, guys. So here we go. You're going to kind of evenly distribute those vegetables, which I just did. That looks good, guys, doesn't it? I hope you can see it, guys. Before the camera goes off again, something's wrong. Okay, that's what I've got there, guys. Okay, and now we're going to put our cheese on top. I don't know whether I told you now. This is a smoked, flavored provolone cheese. All right. So let's take our cheese. This package has 10 slices. I've got some extra if I need to cover some other areas. Now let's just take our cheese and put it all across here like this. All right. That looks good, guys, I'm telling you. Look, I didn't cook this up. I'm going to give you the who done it, if you will, down in the ingredient list or somewhere there, because I saw this somewhere and I liked the looks of it. The cheese got to overlap a little bit. Can't get too much cheese, can you? Well, maybe you can. I got 2 more pieces. I think I'll put one here, put one here. I'm happy with what that looks like, guys. Okay? I don't think I'll use that extra cheese I've got. I think you can see that. It's not, the dish isn't hot. And it's going in the oven at 350, and all I want to do right now is melt that cheese, guys, okay? Let's put this in the oven at 350. Blast of heat in my face there. All right, I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I think I'm going to set my timer for 5-minute increments here and see what happens, okay? Okay, guys, here we go with the Philly cheesesteak casserole. It looks really, really good. Smells good, too, guys. Hope you can see that, I think. Yeah, it looks really good. That cheese is all melted. There's lots of liquid in there as well as I'm turning it. But it sure looks good, guys. And we're going to plate it up for you and see what it looks like on a plate presentation. Here they are, all done. They look really good. They smell good. And I'm sure they're going to taste very good as well. And I think you can see that. That cheese is all nice and gooey and melted. I like it. Now I'm going to like this, guys. We're going to be having this for supper. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Cooking with Pouncy, my channel. If you like what you see, guys, please hit that like button. And let me know what you think as well. And pass this on as you see fit, guys. And I certainly hope you enjoy this meal if you decide to make it for yourself and your family. It's very easy, very low calorie. and very quick, guys. All right, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Good night.